Good afternoon. Welcome to Midweek Musings here at Trinity Heights United Methodist Church. I'm Kent Little, Senior Pastor. It's good to have you with me this afternoon, just barely afternoon. Whether you're joining me live or whether you come upon this video later. So I was thinking about a different place to do my midweek musing this afternoon, and I thought, well, I'll go down to the fellowship hall and I'll set up in front of the Christmas tree and turn the lights on. I thought that'd be cool. And so I got in here and I turned all the lights on in the room, and I forgot that this was set up over here in the other corner, image of Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus. Maybe next week I'll do the lights. Anyway, but I thought that this one was appropriate too, fitting for our Advent worship theme series this Advent. I'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, normal busyness happening at Trinity Heights. We have a lot of things going on. We have our Sunset Elementary School Christmas tree ornaments, where we provide some gifts for the students there. If you haven't picked up your ornament yet, I invite you to do that. It looks like there's still a good number of ornaments on the tree. It has a suggested gift on there, and then I think you're supposed to have them back here to the church by the 13th. So if you haven't picked up an ornament, or if you would like one, let us know, or stop by the church, or pick it up Sunday when you're here. So those are in the foyer, just outside the sanctuary. Let's see, what else is going on? Another thing, tradition here at Trinity Heights, and I'm learning the traditions along with many others. So each Christmas season, the church provides opportunity for members to contribute to staff Christmas. So for our staff, the people who make the church run, if you will, and there'll be envelopes available for the next couple of weeks in the foyer on the little welcome island, and I think it says on their staff Christmas if you'd like to contribute, so we can give our staff a Christmas gift this year if you want to do that. I think that's evidently been a tradition here at Trinity Heights. Many churches do that kind of thing, so we're going to have that available this coming Sunday. Also, what's going on else this December? We're just trying to get ready for Christmas. I think I mentioned last week we're going to have what I call the longest night service on the 20th. The longest night, and some of you, I think maybe it's been called Blue Christmas in the past. The longest night service is just an opportunity to gather together as a community of faith, and to recognize and to acknowledge that though this season of Christmas is often a time where we talk about being joyful and singing and expectation and that kind of thing, if we have experienced loss, whether that's the loss of a loved one and we're grieving their passing, or loss of employment, loss of health, loss of friends, etc. Sometimes this season can be a difficult reminder of those things and those people and those things that we count on and loss. And so this time of year can also be difficult. And so I like to have this service. It'll be on the 20th of December at 6:30 here at the church. Just a time to acknowledge that sometimes we're not all and we're not always joyful this time of year, and to say that's okay. It's normal to feel that sense of loss, that sense of longing for what once was. And so invite you to mark that on your calendar if you are feeling some of those feelings this Christmas season. And then on Christmas Eve, on December 24th, which is on Sunday this year, we'll have one worship service at 10 o'clock in the morning here in the sanctuary. And then again at 6:30, we'll have our candlelight Christmas Eve service this year with candlelight and communion. So hope you mark those things on your calendar as well. We would love to have you with us. And then the end of December, New Year's Eve is also on Sunday. And so on New Year's Eve Sunday, on December 31st, we will have, again, we'll just have one service. We'll have that at 10 o'clock in the sanctuary. So hope you'll join us for that as well. So as you can see, there are a lot of things going on at Trinity Heights. There always are. Tonight is my discussion group, our Theology Matters group. We're going to look a little bit at Marcus Borg and John Dominic Crossan's book, The First Christmas, and just try to understand a little better the narratives we have about the birth of Jesus, what we can know, what we don't know for sure, how those stories and narratives came to be, etc. And so I hope you'll, for those of you who are interested in that, we'll be doing that tonight. We'll begin at 6:15 tonight, and then we'll meet again next Wednesday. What will that be? The 13th, I guess. And that'll probably be the last meeting for December. Anyway, so hope you can attend that. Of course, we have our bell choir. Bell choir is playing this Sunday. If you want to hear the bell choir, they have been practicing as part of our musical Sunday. The choir will be singing a cantata, and so I'm looking forward to that. I love Christmas music and choir music and bell music, and so this coming Sunday on the 10th will be our big music Sunday, not only in the sanctuary during traditional service, but also for our contemporary service in the fellowship hall. We'll be doing a good amount of extra music for that worship service. And I don't know if I need to mention this. I want to just because I can, because I'm doing the video. Anyway, on December 10th is also Trudy and I's anniversary. So looking forward to that too, to be able to celebrate that with her. And so we'll have a busy Sunday this coming Sunday on the 10th. Anyway, so those are some of the things going on here at Trinity Heights. I hope you are involved or can be involved in whatever you are available for and wish to participate in. Or I'm looking for. I love the Christmas and the Advent season. So I mentioned last week for Advent, I decided to do a worship series a little different than I've ever done before. I didn't follow the common lectionary, and as I was reflecting on what we might do this year, and I was reading through the lectionary passages, well, one of the many familiar ones comes from Luke when Mary goes to visit Elizabeth, and she sings the Magnificat. And so I decided this year for Advent, we would base the worship services and my sermons on the Magnificat. We'll take a little piece of it every week as we go through the next the 4 Sundays to Advent. We just have 3 Sundays left, obviously. So last week we talked about where she talks about how all generations will call her blessed. And if you were here or if you weren't here, we talked about how it was. I found it interesting, inspiring, if you will, that she would talk about being called blessed in her day and time as a young girl, a young woman, unwed and pregnant. Certainly, the possibility of being ostracized by her community and her community of faith. Certainly even the threat of stoning, if you will. And yet, I did say Sunday, I have no doubt that she wrestled with that, had questions about that, had some fear about that. Literally could cost her life in certain situations. And yet she found the fortitude and the inspiration to think she was blessed by that. And So we considered that Sunday. I said Sunday that I'd like to think we have moved in a good way, made progress around women's issues and unwed mothers, and I do think to some degree we have made some progress, but they are still seen so many times as less than, as they are still pushed away, etc. Unfortunately, and it's sad that we haven't made more progress around that and around women's health issues and having a child out of wedlock, if you will. They are still children of God and still worthy of our grace and love and acceptance and welcome. So anyway, we talked a little bit about that Sunday too. So this coming Sunday, the next piece of the Magnificat, Mary talks about the strength of God. And so I wanted to focus a little bit on strength. And so this coming Sunday, I'll be talking about Mary the strong, how strong she was, gleaning her strength from those in her family that did accept her, that did care for her, nurture her, welcome her, love her, as well as the love and grace of God that was present in that. And she gleaned strength from that to be able to carry on and carry this child that she was blessed with, she said. And so I want to talk a little bit about strength. What is strength? You think about what did Jesus say, the meek shall inherit the earth. I heard a colleague of mine say, unfortunately, sometimes it seems like the mean inherit the earth rather than the meek. And sometimes we equate strength in our culture and society with masculinity, with muscle power, with being able to wield power, if you will. Sometimes the strong can be seen as those who are blustery and unafraid to say what needs to be said, etc. Which there's some truth to that. And at the same time, you think about Jesus' encouragement to be humble. Micah's words, what does God require but to do justice, to love kindness and mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. And sometimes I think in our society and culture, when we see someone who is being humble, and I'm not talking about being a doormat and letting people just run over them, but being humble as somehow weak and not have the fortitude to do what needs to be done. And I think that is such a mischaracterization of humility. Someone who is quiet and reflective are often sometimes identified as weak, if you will. And so I would just encourage us, and we'll deal more with that on Sunday in terms of what it means to be strong. What does it mean to be strong? And sometimes, at least in my experience, the people I have known, the people I have served in the churches I've served, the people in my family who have been and are humble, reflective, maybe quieter than the norm, but they have this incredible strength about them that is contagious, and being in their presence strengthens me. And so that's part of some of what we'll talk about on Sundays. What does it mean to be strong? When we think of a person who is strong, what do we think of? What inspires us to be strong? So I hope you'll join us this Sunday, 10 o'clock in the sanctuary. We're going to try online again. I touted that last week, that this last Sunday we went live, online live stream worship service, and we had a great picture and a great video and no sound. Anyway, Just, well, it's Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it probably will. But anyway, so we're working on that this week. Hopefully, this coming week we'll have not only picture and video, but we will have song too. Song, but sound. So anyway, I apologize for that technical glitch. If you tuned in on YouTube last Sunday for worship, hopefully we'll have that rectified before this coming Sunday. Hope you're having an expectant, hopeful, hope-filled Advent season. Know you are not alone. If this season is difficult for you, we are here. I am here. If you need someone to talk to, if you need some support and strength, I'm here for you, and so is our church at Trinity Heights here in Newton. And know that. Thank you for being here. It's been good. And I guess I didn't go back to this statue behind me. I just thought this was appropriate with Mary in the represented here as we get to know Mary maybe a little better, and the strong, confident, humble woman she was, and a leader, I believe. And so anyway, I hope you'll join us as we get to know Mary a little better through this Advent. So in the meantime, always seek peace and be a light and love one another, every single other, until there are no others, only one beloved community of all. May it be so. May it be soon. Have a good day. Goodbye, and God bless.